Hello guys, welcome to yet another Leetcode problem. Today we will be looking at Leetcode problem 2090, which is k radius subarray averages. If you consider the problem, you will be given an array of numbers like this, and you will be given a radius k, and you have to find the average of each elements with that element as center, and the sum of k numbers to the left and k numbers to the right. So if you consider element 7, you have to find the sum of k numbers to the left and sum of k numbers to the right plus that element itself, and you have to find the average. So that will be the average of element 7, and you have to find the average of each element like that and store it in an array and return the array. That's the problem. Let's jump into the solution. So for a problem like this, if you consider let's consider that k value is 3, which means the radius is 3. If you consider the first element 7, in this case 7, there will be k number of elements to the right, but there will be no elements in the left, since 7 is the first element. So in this case, the average of that element will be -1. This is the same condition that will follow for 4 also. There will be k number of elements in the right, but there will be only one element in the left. So the average of 4 is also -1. Same for 3. But if for 9, if you come to number 9, there will be k number of elements in the left, right, as well as in the left. So the average of element 9 will be 7 plus 4 plus 3 plus that number itself plus 1 plus 8 plus 5 divided by the total number of elements. In this case it is 7, and same will follow for 1 and 8. And if you consider number 5, there will be k number of elements in the left, but there will be no k number of elements in the right. There will be only 2 numbers. So the average of 5 will be -1, -2 for 2 is -1, and 6 for -1. So in this problem, the average of first k elements is equals to -1, and last k elements is equals to -1. And for remaining center elements, you can find the sum of, you can have like a double for loop to find the sum of left elements, right elements, and that elements, and find the average. That is one solution, but it is going to take a lot of time. We are going to find this. Instead we are going to use a sliding window, which means we are going to have 2 pointers. So first, initially the first pointer will be at 0, and the second pointer will be at 2 into k. In this case 2 into k is 6. So second pointer will be here. So we will find the sum of these elements. For the first finding the sum for the first time on, we will have to iterate to the elements and find the sum. And then for the second element, we will move the pointer, in order to find the sum of this subarray of elements. We just have to subtract 7 from the previous sum and then add 2 to the previous sum. So we don't have to iterate to the elements again, and that same condition will follow for subarray 3 and 6. We will subtract the 4 from the newly computed sum and will add 6 to the newly computed sum. In this way, we will effectively use the sliding window in order to minimize the execution time. So let's not waste time and jump into the coding solution. So first, so basically I am checking if there is at least one circle, like if I can form at least one circle. So that's what I'm checking, and then I will initialize an array. So as we discussed before, the average of first k elements will always be -1. So that's one. So now So here I am finding the sum of first subarray, which is from 7 to 5. That's what I'm finding here, and I'm storing it in sum. If not, which means I've already computed the sum of at least one subarray. Now I just need to subtract the previous value, and add the newly moved pointer. Now to find the average, and then I, j equal to I plus 1, I plus 1. So now we have computed we have added the -1 for like 7 to 3 for first k elements, and then we have computed the average for 9, 1 and 8, and then we have to add -1 the average for the remaining k elements. So n minus k comma n so now this is the solution. Let's try our solution. As we got a correct answer, let's submit our solution. Yeah, we paused all the test cases. You can see from here it's a pretty decent solution that we have come up with. So that's it guys for today. Let's meet again in another video. Until then, subscribe to my channel. Thank you.